Hey there, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I have so much news to share with you. It has been a crazy week. A lot that we'll talk about later. Really, really hard, sad week, and we'll talk about that later. Because right now, I just want to share really good news with you. I had my last appointment today. Before we delve into it, I just want to do a quick recap for those of you that are just catching up, okay? Really quick. This time of year, right now, I'm coming into my 3-year cancer anniversary. 3 years. And I am still here. It is amazing. If you remember, at diagnosis, they told me left untreated, or if they hadn't caught it, I would have had 3 months. And 7 surgeries and 50 rounds of chemo later, here I am. Plus 8 rounds of radiation, something. Okay. So this past month, I celebrated my 50th birthday, right? Yeah, I turned 50. Didn't think it was going to happen. So it was a huge milestone. It was beautiful. Celebrated my 3-year cancer anniversary. Lots of emotions come with that. And for the first time, I feel well enough that I really believe that I am going to be here 6 months or a year from now. It's the first time since diagnosis that I could see beyond, that I had belief beyond a month, that I was even willing, because it was so traumatic to look into a future that you didn't know was going to come, right? Lots of emotions come with that. So it's been 3 really long, arduous years. But I'm doing really good right now. So in celebrating this past month, I also set myself up for a ton of MRIs, CT scans. I wanted to do a whole check-in because my stage 4 colon cancer, I have a clean colon right now, right? The surgery took it out. 3 years later, it's still clean. My liver, my beautiful resected brand new liver, it is still clean. This is so important. I cannot explain to you, because what happened this week, it's because of this, right? So, as you know, I advocate for myself. I keep knocking on doors. I keep going to surgeons to ask, hey, lung surgeon, can you take this out of my lung? Every 3 months, I knock on this guy's door, and he is so gracious that he keeps the appointment with me. This time he opened his video and he was laughing. He's like, how are you? No, there's nothing that I can do. But he really did a deep dive and explained with me. So, okay, right? And I keep knocking, and I keep hoping there will be a different answer. I keep hoping that there will be new science and I can find something new to do, because all I have left is cancer in my lungs. And I know I say all I have left, and it's not that easy, but I've got it down to one area, and it's not spreading, and it's growing really slow. And why that is important is because, as I learned this week, the longer you are alive with this diagnosis, statistically means that you have a better chance of continuing to be here. So first of all, that's beautiful. That's tremendous, right? That news alone. But even more importantly, what that means is those doctors who I have knocked on their door incessantly to hear no, this time said yes. This time, they said yes. So this week, I met with my oncologist. I wanted to game plan with her. I wanted to game plan about this summer. My OG oncologist, she's at a different facility, but she's my mind. So I visit with her every 3 months to talk through, right? She's an amazing partner. She confers with me she makes the decisions with me instead of for me. That's why I continue to go to her, besides the fact that she's fucking brilliant, right? So we're planning like, okay, can I take a chemo break? We were really hoping in the month of May that we would take a chemo break and I could take 6 weeks off and go to the mountains and cuddle with my wife and just be in the mountains and forget about cancer. And it's so necessary. It's so necessary because every single day we deal with cancer, whether you're in the hospital or treatment or a side effect or the mental game, there is no break. And so I wanted to see, could maybe I do a break? And then since I'm doing so well, at least the chemo's keeping it stable, does that mean maybe like as we go into the summer, could I potentially do like every 3 weeks of chemo to give me an extra good week so that I want to make more precious memories with my wife and my family. My nephews are graduating. My nephew is graduating to high school. Like I want to do things with him while I can. So all of these things are going through your mind, and that's a huge conversation, right? Like, if I take a break, will it grow? If it grows, is it going to grow out of control? Am I going to lose will I have done that to myself? Or will it just grow a little bit? Will it grow in a controlled way? Will it grow to the point that I return and my wife and her are like, what the fuck did we do? And now I've lessened my life. There's so much that goes into this, right? So I'm game planning with her, but the thing that I heard from her is, Nicole, you are stable. We have gotten you to a point that if you take a chemo break, I'm not sure. It is a gamble. But if you do it, we'll take your blood every week. And if nothing changes, then you can go back onto chemo for 4 months and then take another break. We can start doing that. What? There's the quality of life that goes with that. Holy cow! While I'm capable, I can be enjoying these things, enjoying life with my wife. Like, how amazing, right? Okay, so I have that conversation with her, and then I move into the rest of the week. I line up appointments with my lung surgeon, with the surgeon radiologist that does ablations. Ablations is they take a wire, they go in your body directly to the cancer, and they burn it out right on the spot, right? And then the radiologist who uses they call an invisible knife. They use radiation to get into your body and zap it. And all three of these guys, I'm knocking on the door. Hey, what can you do for me? Look at my scans. Look where I'm at. Anything? Lung surgeon says no. Of course, he laughs at me again. Okay, no problem. Didn't laugh at me. He laughs with me. He's an incredible man. So let me correct that. But then I go into my appointment with my young, awesome, like thinking outside of the box, willing to remember he did radiation with me in December. So he wanted to see if it worked. If it worked, then we'll talk about the possibility of doing more. Well, it worked. And so, yes, what he said today is that we're gonna go in on that big lesion that's the one that everyone has just told me that we'll never be able to do anything about it, and that is what's gonna kill me. He's gonna go. He's gonna try. And it's my choice. He told me everything that possibly could happen, and it's scary. I could have a heart attack. They could create scar tissue and close the valve to my heart, and that means I won't be able to breathe. I'll suffocate. Yeah, there's lots of scary things, but you know what's more scary? Dying of cancer. So yes, I'll try. But after I got out of that appointment, and that's so emotional, right? That's hope, that's belief, that's something to move forward. Oh, then I move into the next appointment, and I'm just assuming he's going to say no to me again because he always says no to me. But the surgeon that does ablations, this means you go in. It's a surgery, but you go in for the day. You go in, they put you under. He goes in, zap, zaps it, burns it, whatever, and you go home that day, right? It's a lot more complicated than I'm saying, but that's He said yes. He said that he would work with my awesome radiologist. The two of them they're freaking rock stars in their field, first of all, right? But I have been here long enough. I have been stable long enough. They believe it is worth it. They believe it will benefit me, and it outweighs the possibility of damage. Of course, slightly in the back of my brain, I think I have 9 spots on my lungs, 8 very small spots and 1 very big, dangerous, scary. And if he can get that big, dangerous, scary, and the ablation guy can pop off a couple others, then I'll just have a handful left. You see where I'm going with that, right? Just maybe. Whatever the case, it's hope. Hope. We have to believe in something. We have to have hope, or you just give up. And these guys gave me so much hope today. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Yeah. So I needed that too. It has been a really, really emotional week for myself. But then my dear friend that we both were diagnosed at the same time. Anyway, she had a liver transplant and she's been without cancer for a while, and it came back in a really ugly way, and that's really hard. And then a very, very dear friend just got diagnosed with cancer, and I'm not going to go into that now. It's way too emotional. I just want to stay in the positive for right now. But it was really, really rough week, and to come to the end of it like this is glorious. So now I'm going to go find my wife somewhere in this house, and I'm gonna grab her and cuddle with her and cry tears of joy. We have a plan. There's not just a next step, there's a few next steps. So thank you for coming to hang out. Thank you for checking in. And yeah, I will I'll be in touch soon.